Hey, louder. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, Marcia.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Till now, I received 10 introductions from you guys, and now we have 10 students here. Okay. And from your introductions, it surprised me a lot because many of you guys runs your own company or doing some business, right? No one answered.
Based, I don't know what about us, but basically I thought about education and why is continuing is important.
那则, you also called 可心.
Yes, 老师, I changed my name.
So among you guys, whose Chinese is good? Who speaks Chinese well? 佑婷, 建荣. Hello. How about other students? 中文讲的好不好?
No, we are foreigners and
老师
only study.
Yeah.
简单谈有可以。
HSK1. 最高是几级啊?
最高是6级。
6级。
对，我考了4级，那个去年，不是去年，那个2021。
你们都在自己的国家还是在中国学校？
有的在学校的，是有的是在这国家。我们6个学生在学校。
6个学生。 6个学生，那我们可以线下上课嘞。
这个不行吧，有的学生还没来。
Just because of the pandemic, we have classes online for several years.
Yeah.
And last class we just introduced consumer behavior. What is consumer behavior? Why to study consumer behavior, and how to study consumer behavior. But they're just the introduction. And now we will have a short review and some extensions for consumer behavior. And now Now you can see my screen, right?
Yes,
Yes,
coach.
This PowerPoint slide is from Philip Kotler, the very famous person majored in marketing and consumer behavior, especially marketing. And this is the goals for consumer markets and consumer buy behavior. And it's very like our course, consumer behavior. And now we can go through these slides to learn the whole picture of consumer behavior again. And first of all, the study the learning objectives. Be able to define the consumer market and construct a simple model of consumer buyer behavior. And know the 4 major factors that influence consumer buyer behavior. Major factors, influencing factors. And understand the major types of a buying decision behavior and the stages in the buyer decision process. Be able to describe the adoption and the diffusion process for new products. Here are the definitions for consumer buying behavior and the consumer market. Buying behavior of individuals and households that buy products for personal consumption. So here, the objectives, individuals and households, buying behavior of individuals and households. Buy for personal consumption. So this is the scope of our course. We are now to study the buyer behavior for organizations. We just focus on individuals and households. Buy for personal consumption. Consumer market. All individuals and all households who buy products for personal consumption. So here you should know that the markets means those buy our products, the persons who buy our products, if we are the marketing manager. So what is consumer market? Market means individuals or households with enough buying power. So the market are those persons, individuals or households. So this is consumer market and the consumer buying behavior. And the core model of consumer behavior, stimulus response model. Yes, stimulus response model. Just like some of you guys mentioned that managers or marketers want to know the psychology of consumers. And this is also called black box because we cannot see the psychology, right? The inner set, the mind of consumers. So we want to explore the black box. See if we have the model stimulus, and then black box, and then response. That's the stimulus response model. So if consumer received some stimulus, and then the consumer will have some responses after his or her thinking or her underlying reasons to buy or not to buy the products. And so this is the core process, which are the black box. Marketing and other stimuli enter the buyer's black box and produce certain choice or purchase responses. So for us, marketers or researchers, we want to explore the consumers or buyers' black box after they receive some stimuli, and what kinds of responses the consumers will show. And this process are also called the purchase decision process. So for marketers, they want to know which kind of a stimuli will induce or will produce the responses they are wanting. The stimuli, just like for example, the promotions, the price decrease, advertising, or we may have some, for example, new package or just new products, and so on. And the responses are to purchase or not to purchase. So this is buyer behavior. So this is to purchase or not to purchase. And marketers must figure out what is inside of the black box and how stimuli are changed to responses. So this is a complicated process for marketers and for researchers. This is the interesting point for us to do consumer behavior research and for marketing researchers. Anyway, stimulus response model is the very basic and core model of consumer behavior. So these are the first model we're introducing. Next section are the key factors that will influence or affecting consumer behavior. So totally, there are 4 sets of influencing factors: cultural, social, personal, psychological. So from very micro levels to very from the broader scope to inner scope, psychological. For culture, we have the common culture, the subculture. There are many types of subculture. Here just list out some examples. For Americans, they have Hispanic, African Americans, Asian Americans, and so on, and major consumers. And social class. Social class is a very interesting factor because in society we have different social classes. In different countries, the criteria to divide the society to be different social classes is very different. And there are many ways to measure social class. And for those who are in the same social class, they seems to have similar patterns, behavioral patterns. But for different classes, their behavioral patterns are different. The next factor is social factors. Here is the three sub-factors. First one is groups. And membership, reference groups. Opinion leaders are the very popular group factors. Which attracts a lot of research. Membership, and we can see there are in group versus out group. If one belongs to one group, so he or she may be a member of this group, and they follow the group's rules, and they will have similar behavioral rules, and the rules will influence the members' behavior. So for those who are in group versus out group, they will behave different way. Reference group. We have a different references way. For example, some group will provide information. And some groups will just have power. And different reference group will influence consumer behavior in different way. Opinion leaders. That is key factors in a social network. For example, in the online brand community, there are usually many key opinion leaders, and especially today we can see in TikTok or I'm not sure, do you know 小红书 in China? And there are a lot of celebrities online, and they have strong influences for their followers. So for marketers, they can like buzz marketing through opinion leaders to spread their products or brands information or their news, and influencing more and more consumers. So these group factors very important for us to doing some research, consumer behavior research. And for the group, we have, for example, word of mouth and word of mouth, especially today. And we can apply social networking analytics to find the opinion leader. And develop some buzz marketing strategies. So this is a popular way today. And next, the social factor is family. Children can influence the parents' behavior, buyer behavior. And family have different stages. So at the different stages, the family may by different staff, and they have different thinking about their life. For example, the new couple, and then they come to the couple with one child, couple with several children, and then the children grow up, then they leave their family, so the family just leaves the parents, and then the parents retire, and they are also called silver market. So at each stage of the family lifetime, there are different models or different patterns for their consumer behavior. Other social factors like rules and status. So we can usually use the celebrity endorsement, or just mentioned the celebrities online, and they have powerful influences. And here the status usually means the status with respect to their economic status or their professional status. Okay, so this is the second set of factors, social. And the next set of factors is personal. Including the consumer's age and the life cycle, occupation, economic situation, lifestyle, personality, and self-concept. So this is another very important factor, self-concept. And to be extended for brand, they have brand personality. So consumer usually buy those products with a similar personality to themselves. So we have a term called brand personality. The last set of influencing factors is psychological, including the motivation, perception, learning, and beliefs and attitudes. Okay, for the motivation, we should make clear the needs of consumers. So here, needs provide motives for consumer behavior. And one more thing we should make clear is the difference between needs and wants and desires. So these are different things. Needs, wants, and desires. So can you differentiate the three terms? Needs, wants, and desires. Especially needs and wants. Now you can think about the difference between needs and wants. Can you tell me something about them, the differences between them, needs and wants?
Lasha.
Yes.
Okay, let me try. Need is a basic thing, like that's a thing to need to survive or to live for us. But want is like just to improve our lifestyle, maybe quality. That's what we want.
Very good. So actually, okay. Just clarifies the difference between need and want. So basically, needs are very basic. And for marketers, the objective of marketing here, you can see, is to create awareness that the needs exist. Needs exist, not to create needs. And the marketers recommend ways to satisfy needs, especially the biological needs. And Maslow has developed a hierarchy model of needs. So actually, here list out the 5 hierarchy, the 5 levels of needs, the very basic needs, physiological needs, and the safety, social, esteem, and the very higher level needs, self-actualization. Perception. We have different perceptions. And there are a process to selective to attention, distortion, and retention. But all of these are selective. Learning, we have short learning and memory. For consumers, they sometimes just learn others' buyer behavior, and they can observe others' behavior first, and then learn how to behavior fairly and properly, yeah. And sometimes they can learn from the advertising. Marketers set up a scene. For example, they may mention chocolate matched to the rainy days, music. And after reinforcement, after repeat again and again, then consumer will remember, and then next time can recall it. So this reinforcement can make consumers learn how to behave in given scene or given situation. And this is the other way to learn. The last important thing is the attitude, beliefs and attitude. And the attitudes can be changed. So this usually refers to communication and persuasion. So sometimes marketers want to change the attitudes, the public attitudes, and then pursue them to have the ideas to buy the products they are selling. So we have some theories, especially for attitudes, and communication and persuasion. These are the 4 key factors or main factors influencing consumer behavior: culture, social, personal, psychological. The next section is about the types of buying decision behavior. And here is one model. We have 2 we have two factors: involvement and differences between brands. Difference between brands. Involvement have two levels: high level and low level. And the difference between brands also have two levels: significant differences or have a few differences. So divided by these four levels, we can consist of four types of decision behavior, buying decision behavior. Complex buying behavior, variety thinking buying behavior, and distance reducing, and a very low level habitual behavior, habitual buying behavior. We will address more in the following courses. For habitual buying behavior, for example, for daily life, for breakfast or lunch or dinner, what do you want to eat? This buying behavior just a habitual. You want to buy what you like, for example, bread and milk, or Chinese 油条、豆浆, and other things. So this depends on your habit. And for the other for a beverage, maybe some students, some consumers like Pepsi, some others like cola, and others maybe like juice, and these types of decision behavior, buying decision behavior, will not take up too many efforts. So they just follow their heart. Not follow that. They just follow their habits. The next section, the buying decision process. Actually, we have 5 stages. The first one, need recognition. This is the very first stage to make purchase decision. We find we have a need. Then we want to buy something to satisfy our need. And the needs can be triggered by internal stimuli. For example, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. And normal needs become strong enough to drive behavior. So this is internal stimuli and external stimuli. Sometimes you influenced by advertisement, and you may hear from your friends, even friends of friends. So these stimuli will trigger needs, and the consumers recognize, oh, I have this kind of need. So next stage is information search. I search for the purchase related information. And there are different sources of information: personal, commercial, public, experimental. And at this stage, the consumers are usually influenced by word of mouth. So the peer influence are very important in this stage. And the reference groups, we have informational reference groups, right? So these are the second stage, search for information. And the next stage, evaluation of alternatives. Evaluation depends on the consumer and the buying situation. Sometimes they evaluate multiple attributes, but each of attributes is weighted differently. For example, some consumer may weigh price very high. So if there are some decreases in price, this may drive the consumer to make the purchase. For other consumers, they may pay attention to the quality, or just the looks, the package of the products. We have let me check if there this. We have a model fishbein, multi-attributes model, and will weigh different attributes first, and then we may calculate the overall scores for all of these attributes, and then they can select the highest score to be selected. Evaluation. So they have evaluation criteria, models. And at the end of the evaluation stage, purchase intentions are formed. So the next stage is to make the purchase decision on what to buy, when, where, how, and so on. And the last stage is post-purchase behavior. For the positive behavior, these are some points. In purchase decision stage, two factors intercede between purchase decisions and the actual decision. The first one, attitudes of others. Attitudes of others. Second one, unexpected situational factors. For example, you want to go to the mall, the shopping mall, to buy for example, t-shirt, right? And when you come to the shopping mall, you may encounter with different promotions, sales, and many sales will have a deadline. This is the last day for our deal. So sometimes consumers may make the purchase to buy these promotional products. So these are some unexpected situational factors that will influence the purchase intentions and the actual purchase decision. And there are also a very famous gap called attitude behavior gap. So between attitude and behavior, there are a long way to go, and there are many factors will foster or just stop or lower down this process. Post-purchase behavior. After purchase the products, the consumers may be happy or be not happy, satisfied or not satisfied. And satisfaction is important because delighted consumers engage in positive word of mouth, while unhappy customers may complain. They tell on average 11 other people. So medicines runs fast, right? Run fast. It costs more to attract a new customer than it does to retain an existing customer. So for marketers, they want to know whether or not their consumers are satisfied, and they encourage their consumers to complain. And these are the opportunities for them to make change, to make improvement, and then to make their consumers loyal, to be loyal consumers. And in this stage, cognitive dissonance is common. So maybe consumers feel not as good as they imagined before their purchase. The last section is about the buyer decision process for new products. for new products. Every day, new products are introduced in market. And consumers have a different responses to the same new products. To adopt the new products, there were a long way, and different consumers have different speed to adopt the new products. So we can divide the consumer market to be different sub-market. Here, new products are those good service or idea which is perceived by consumers as new. And the new, they have a different degree of the newness. Sometimes a slight improvement on the ingredient or a small change in the package, they can also called new products, but they are totally new product. Stages in the adoption process. There are 5 stages in the adoption process. The first one is awareness of the new product. And the second, to induce or produce some interest. Have some interest on this new product? Well, now you can make some evaluation. You can compare the new product with the old product, or you can evaluate different brands of new product. And next stage before the adoption, they may have a trial on the new products. So for example, for electric vehicles, the sellers will ask their customers to have a trial on their new car, and after that, if the consumer may have some good experience, this will accelerate the adoption process. So maybe next stage, they can pay for this new product. So after the trial, they can buy or not buy. So this last stage for adoption is adoption of the new product. For new products, the innovativeness is important, it's a key, but individuals may have different responses in innovativeness, and consumers can be classified into 5 categories, 5 adopter categories. each of which behaves differently toward new products. Innovators, the first categories to adopt the new products, especially just after the introduction of new product, they buy the new product. So they are called innovators. They have high level of innovativeness. The second categories are early adopters. And next, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Product characteristics will influence the adoption rate. Rogers lays out five types of characteristics, including relative advantage, complexity, compatibility, diversibility, communicability. So all of these characteristics can influence the adoption rate, speed of the new product. And for international consumer behavior, we can see values, attitudes, and behaviors differ greatly in other countries. And there are physical differences exist which require changes in the marketing mix. And customs vary from country to country. So marketers must decide the degree to which they will adapt their marketing efforts in international markets. Okay, so these are the whole picture of the consumer buying behavior. We introduced on the objectives, and after introduce all of these sections, we come back to see if we grasp the key points. The first one, can you define the consumer market, and can you have some idea of the consumer buyer behavior model? Do you know the 4 major factors that can influence consumer buyer behavior? Which 4 major factors are? Second, the major types of buying decision behavior can be divided by 2 factors: involvement level and the differences between brands. And the stages in the buying decision process. Can you figure out the stages? There are 5 stages. And the adoption and diffusion process for new product. There are 5 adopter categories and 5 types of product characteristics that can influence the adoption process. And for international consumer markets. These marketing strategies will make changes to adapt the different countries' consumer. And now you can have a short recall of the key points, and have a break for 10 minutes. And if you have any questions, you can leave it at our chat box. Okay. So break time. Okay, now we might have some time to assign our homework. And these are the assignments and the evaluation for our consumer behavior course. And here are the assignments and the grades. Totally, we have participation, attendance, and the participation in class. That will account for 20% of the course grade. And weekly responses. I assign weekly responses to exercise the writing skills and the commenting skills. The responses should be 1.5 to 1 page in length. And they are your thoughtfulness and originality after you read some papers, or just your experience based on your experience. These responses may include, but not limited to, reflections about your own relevant experiences, brainstorming new questions or experiment ideas, or commenting on things that are happening in the popular press. These are the writing exercises weekly. I hope these writing exercises will be fun and creative, and also to build toward the final project. Weekly responses. So for this course, we totally have 12 weeks, and except for the first week and the last week, we may have 10 weeks. So you can just like the first assignment, introduction for yourself and your needs and wants for this course. You can just write down something, 1 page or half page, to express your thinkings and your comments, all your initiation of new questions on new business ideas or something else. So, but I hope that will based on the content each week taught. These weekly responses will also account 20% of the grade. And for the last 60%, we assigned independent projects. So individually by yourself. I hope you guys may come up with a topic that you are particularly interested in, and eventually turn that into a research question. Research question should be personally relevant or meaningful or interesting in some way. So you can find, or you can come up with a question based on your observation for the market, for your business, and for your thinking after review many journal articles, and you find your interested topic, and turn it into a detailed, a specific research question, and then find the answer. Try to find the answer. So you can conduct research by yourself. And this research can follow the previous studies, or you can just design your own research plan and to collect data, to verify the hypothesis you developed based on your research question. So at last, find the answer, so the data analysis result, and then draw conclusions. So just like a short research, a little research. And this may divide it into two stages. Midterm proposal and final project. So midterm project proposal should be 2 to 3 pages. Write up of your intended final project topic. So this should be a proposal including the question you hope to answer, how you might think about testing it, testing it. How you might think about testing it, and what implications you think it might have. Tell us why you care about it, why you think it should be studied. So actually, this is the research background and research meanings, significance. And at the midterm, maybe 6 or 7 weeks after today, so maybe the end of March or at the beginning of April, we'll have a presentation for your proposal. And I can give you some feedback and help you to prepare for your final project. Final project should include an overview of your idea, research idea or question, and around the topic, the idea, you can consider the influencing factors that can affect consumers' behavior, and then you can test the question experimentally. This is the preferred research methods to conduct a consumer research experiment. So you can follow the Journal of Consumer Behavior, Journal of Consumer Research, the top journal in the domain of consumer behavior research. Journal of Consumer Research. There are a lot of research applied the experimental method. And the implications based on your findings, it is better to finish the research, and then you can collect data and do some data analysis, and then you can get some findings. Based on the findings, you can come up with some implications, practical or theoretical. So actually, the independent projects can be divided into two sections: proposal and the research paper. So based on the research paper, we will arrange for some time to do the presentation. 10 to 15 minutes for each student. The independent projects will count for 60% of our grade. And hopefully, I hope that you guys can finish it during this course. But if you want to have more time, you need more time to finish the work. We can extend 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. Okay, any questions about our assignments and grades?
Basically, no question, but can you write in the chat because it's so much information, so much details, and for correctly doing it.
That you are graduates. And
No, not about the exam midterms, just for homework or this PPT.
then can you say it again? Yeah.
Some information about our lists. Can you write detail right in the chat, Racing? Just it's so much details, and I didn't wrote all of them.
I will send this to Navigation group.
Yeah, thank you.
老师
Yeah.
another question, like the topic we gonna choose is must be related with a course, right? Consumer behavior, right?
Yes. It's better to be around the topics that I just introduced based on the Philip Kotler's outline. The factors influencing consumer behavior, and the stages of decision making, adoption, and so on.
Okay, thank you.
And I recommend you guys to be focused on the factors that can influence consumer behavior. You can select just one point. So to be smaller, it is more easier to conduct research. It will be more easier to be focused, okay? To be focused.
Yeah, and there's no word limitation right here.
Yeah.
And the reference limitation.
No word limitation. Just here I have a length.
This is for weekly, for final project.
For final, just several pages. It's okay. But if you are dedicated to do this research, hopefully you can finish it completely, and it's best to get it published. If you conduct well, and we can discuss for several times, and I think we can find the more interesting topic, and then we may find the way to answer the question or to solve the problem together. This is the best performance, best result.
Okay, Rosh.
Each class, I will share the PowerPoint for you guys, and at last, I have one slide to recommend you guys some further readings about this topic, about the current topic. And beyond these further readings, you can search for more related readings, academic ones or practical ones, news and something else. But the main readings should be focused on academic article journals. So this may help you guys to get familiar with academic research and help you guys to follow the academic way to learn how to conduct research in the domain of consumer behavior or marketing, and then you can write up well. You can conduct your research more easily and more academically, and then you can finish your thesis well. This is the exercise. This is the necessary exercises for you guys. The readings, the writings, and the researches, doing research by yourself. Specific topic which you are interested in or related to your own business or related to your own experiences, consumption experiences. So it will drive you to find the answers to your questions. And the interest is the best teacher to do research. Assignments, should I be in the group now? Anyway, if you have any questions, you can leave message to me and we can have more discussions. Any questions related to your business, your study here, or your study the course consumer behavior? So I welcome you all of your questions. You can
No, I see
email
no questions. Can we later ask if we have some questions in the chat group?
now, later. Any questions?
No, no questions, I think.
If you have any questions, you can email to me, or you can leave messages privately or publicly. Okay, and at the end of today, we'll introduce the chapter 2, consumer and social well-being. This is the foundations of this course and business. Actually, this is all about ethical business, marketers' obligations, and public policies, and so on. So it's all about the consumer well-being. To business, we should have this point in mind. Business ethics are good business ethics. Business ethics are rules of conduct that guide actions in the marketplace. The standards against which most people in a culture judge what is right and what is wrong, or good or bad. There are cultural differences in ethics about what is right or what is wrong. Differs among people, organizations, and cultures. For example, U.S. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act prohibits use of bribery by U.S. business people. While bribery commonly practiced in other countries. Marketing violators. For example, there are some information in package. Sometimes mislabeling. Some critics for marketing. Do marketing manipulate consumers? Do marketers give people what they want, or do they tell people what they should want? So actually, we should make clear the difference between need and want. Need and want. And the objective of marketing is just to create awareness of needs that exist, not to create artificial needs. In terms of this question, is marketing necessary? Products are designed to meet existing needs. Advertising only helps to communicate their availability. It is a service for which consumers are willing to pay because the information it provides reduces their search time. Do marketers promise miracles? No. Marketers simply do not know enough about people to manipulate them, because the reality of the failure rate for new products ranges from 40% to 80%. And one more thing is about materialism. Are you what you own? To some extent, the standards of living we expect and desire influence our lifestyles. So our possessions play a central role in our lives, and our desire to accumulate them shapes our value systems. Materialism refers to the importance people attach to worldly possessions. Materialists are more likely to value possessions for their status and appearance-related meanings. They also appear to link more of their self-identity to products. Consumers' rights. If you are not happy with a product or service, you can voice response, or you can make some private response. Discard them, or do not use them. This is private. Third-party response. For marketers, any kind of response is better than none. So they encourage people to complain. Companies that score high in customer satisfaction often benefit from a big competitive advantage. Regulations for markets, and there are also regulatory agencies. So here just list out some of the US federal legislation and regulatory agencies and responsibilities. Different countries have different regulatory agencies and legislations for doing business and for improve consumers' welfare. An important thing is corporate social responsibility for business. Corporate social responsibility, namely CSR, describes the processes that encourage the organization to make a positive impact on the various stakeholders, including consumers, employees, and the environment. Social marketing strategies use techniques to encourage positive behaviors. Cause marketing aligns a company or brand with a cause to generate business and societal benefits. Major policy issues relevant to consumer behavior, especially today, data privacy is a popular question, and identity theft, especially online. Another important issue is about the sustainability. Last one is about the dark side of a consumer behavior. Dark side, for example, compulsive consumption. Just like what I mentioned, when you come into a shopping mall, you may be influenced by the sales, promotion, and make some compulsive purchase. After the compulsive purchase, there will be some strong feelings of regret or guilt, because it's not done by choice. It's just compulsive purchase. Addictive consumption, for example, gambling, and social media addiction, internet addiction. So some consumers may purchase online again and again. So there are some addictive consumption, because there are many attracting things, maybe attracting deals or something else. So they cannot control, or the purchase are out of their control. They just addict into the consumption. Illegal activities, for example, counterfeiting. Consume the consumers. Organ, blood, and hair donors, babies for sale, and so on. For this chapter, I just mentioned several questions, several points, and all of these points may motivate you guys to think more. And if you have any interest on, for example, the dark side of consumer behavior, compulsive consumption, addictive consumption, or the data privacy, sustainability, social marketing, cost marketing, corporate social responsibility, customer satisfaction, complaint, and so on, you can read more further readings and think deeply. You can write the weekly response on selected topic you are interested in, okay? Last minute, we have a short video to introduce the consumer well-being by Michelle Solomon.
Ethical business is good business. A global survey by Nielsen reported that 50% of consumers are willing to pay more for goods and services from companies that have implemented programs to give back to society. Consumers think better of the products a firm sells when the organization behaves ethically. Unfortunately, many companies don't reward their employees when they boost customer satisfaction by treating people right, even if this pays off in the long run. If you're not happy with a product or service, what can you do about it? It's tempting to take a business to court. A judge in Washington, D.C. made headlines when he filed a $54 million lawsuit against his neighborhood dry cleaner because it lost a pair of his pinstripe suit pants. That's probably a bit extreme, but consumers can do a lot to complain, especially on social media where they can potentially damage a company's reputation pretty quickly. Ironically, consumers who are satisfied with a store or brand in general are more likely to complain if they experience something bad. They take the time to complain because they feel connected to the store. And if a company resolves the problem, customers feel even better about it than if they hadn't complained in the first place. The moral: although nobody likes criticism, organizations should encourage people to complain so that they can try to resolve the problem before it gets out of hand. One way to enhance satisfaction is to integrate corporate social responsibility, or CSR, into your business model. CSR describes processes that encourage the organization to make a positive impact on the various stakeholders in its community, including consumers, employees, and the environment. For example, the shoe company Tom's is well known for its promise to give a pair of shoes to someone in need for every pair it sells. CSR is more than a nice idea, it's also good business. Consumer research convincingly shows that, all things equal, people are likely to choose a brand that gives back to the community. Cause marketing is a popular strategy that aligns a company or brand with a cause to generate business and societal benefits. One survey reported that 3 out of 5 consumers bought a product or service in the previous year because of its association with a cause. A sustainable business model is not just about do-gooder efforts that reduce a company's carbon footprint or the amount of plastic that goes into landfills. A triple bottom line orientation refers to business strategies that strive to maximize return in 3 ways. The financial bottom line: provide profits to stakeholders. The social bottom line: return benefits to the communities where the organization operates. And the environmental bottom line: minimize damage to the environment or even improve natural conditions. For example, the 7th Generation company builds its entire business model around a triple bottom line orientation. The company's mission statement is to inspire a consumer revolution that nurtures the health of the next 7 generations. Along the way, they managed to sell a lot of cleaning products that are good for the environment and for their employees, doing well while doing good. Look carefully at ways to give back to your community while still making a profit. And remember, ethical business is good business.
Do you ever wonder what drives
Okay, so much for today. And I'll share this PowerPoint to our channel group. Okay, you can keep the PowerPoint slides and the assignments and check the further readings and search for more based on these recommendations. Okay? Any questions? Leave it to my email or message.
Okay, Lasha.
Okay. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.